Now, as a die-hard My Hero fan, there was no way in hell that I wouldn't add My Hero to my Infinity Gauntlet, and what better moment than the GOAT, All Might. All Might is honestly my favorite character in all of My Hero and is the undisputed king. Now, we know how goated this man is and how legendary his run was in seasons 1, 2, and 3, so it's only right to talk about his fight with Nomu. The League of Villains pulled up at the USJ training camp and wanted all the smoke with All Might, but unfortunately he wasn't there because he overworked himself doing hero work. So the students and the teachers had to experience the Z-Fighters moment and had to wait for the main character to arrive. Or so they thought. Everything was going fine until Nomu started getting active and almost turned Aizawa into a hero pack. Shigaraki was about to kill Tsu, but Deku said F all that and was getting ready to create a new timeline where All Might didn't retire and All For One was still a bum. Well, actually that last statement is still true, but he's just a manipulative bum.
Like, what villain gets arrested? So we kicked him out. He's trash.
Nomu stops that from happening and gets ready to kill Midoriya, but All Might comes busting through the door like Kool-Aid Man, looking angry as fuck. Everybody's all smiling and crying because they know that everything is gonna be alright. You know why? Because I am here. All Might rips the tie off and gets straight to work. The villains were like, damn, I ain't know he was that big. I thought that was just the camera adding weight to him. One villain was actually bold enough to say, let's jump this nigga and kill him. But All Might teleported and one-shotted all of them and grabbed Aizawa at the same damn time. Then this man turns around and looks at Shiggy and Nomu and decided to flex on them. While having Aizawa in one hand, he somehow managed to save Midoriya, Mineta, and Tsu, and still somehow found a way to slap Shigaraki in the face. Don't even try to say in the comments that was just a shockwave from how fast he was moving. Let me have my fanboy moment here. Shigaraki's freaking out because he doesn't want people to find out how ashy his lips are. Spoiler alert, we already know, nigga. Get some chapstick. He says All Might's gotten weaker, but he still somehow could have taken his head off if he didn't need to save Deku and them. But go off, I guess. All Might tells them to get out of here and watch a real hero work and proceeds to try and Carolina smash Shigaraki. But thanks to J. Cole apologizing to Kendrick, that move's not as effective as it used to be. Bird Brain proceeds to eat all of All Might's attacks while Shigaraki is gassing him up in the background. All Might decides to take him to Suplex City and causes a huge shockwave in the arena. Everybody's getting hyped, but Deku's like, y'all don't know what I know. I gotta go help him. The dust settles and it's revealed that Kurogiri created a warp to stop All Might from burying Nomu at the center of the universe. To make matters worse, Nomu is grabbing on his injury that he got from All For One, and All Might's like, damn, that's a tight ass grip.
That's what she said.
Now instead of finishing the job and going back home, he does the one thing that supervillains always love to do.
He starts monologuing.
Kurogiri is like, I don't like sucking up blood and guts. We already got a girl on that for the squad. But for you, I'm willing to make an exception. Midoriya comes running full speed ahead to try and stop All Might from dying, but Kurogiri teleports in front of him and is getting ready to kill him. But Bakugo and Shoto put a stop to all of that. Thanks to Shoto freezing up Nomu, All Might is able to break free and is ready to put on a show. Shoto tells Shigaraki that they can't kill the symbol of peace because they're a bunch of nobodies. Nomu gets out of the portal and heals his body, and we find out that he has multiple quirks and was made to battle All Might at 100%. Shigaraki tells Nomu to save Kurogiri and he goes after Bakugo. Nomu throws a punch that causes a huge shockwave. Deku thinks Bakugo got turned into a pack, but All Might got there just in the nick of time to save him. I kid you not, Bakugo was looking like his life was flashing before his eyes. Despite being such a powerful punch, all he managed to do was rip the sleeves off of All Might's shirt. All Might says to Shigaraki, "Don't you have any restraint? These are kids here." But Shigaraki said the quote from the GOAT himself, Michael Jordan, "F them kids." After Shigaraki's speech about what's right and what's wrong, All Might tells him that he's capping and that all he cares about is watching the world burn. Shoto says, let's jump these niggas. We can handle Mr. Hand and Ghastly. Let All Might deal with the brain. But All Might tells him to stay back and watch how a pro hero goes all out. Shigaraki tells Kurogiri and Nomu to kill the kids, and what happens next is a thing of beauty. Now I would much rather just let the clip play, but you know YouTube gonna hit me with a copyright, so we're just gonna have to make do. They go charging towards them, and All Might says, despite having less than a minute left and his powers declining faster than expected, he still gotta put up another Hall of Fame YouTube highlight because he's the symbol of peace. Once You Say Run started playing and All Might's eyes started showing again, you pretty much already knew the fight was over before it began. Now hold up for a second, I gotta watch this shit because it is too fucking fire. All Might releases his spiritual pressure and charges right at them. Shigaraki is practically pissing himself from it. Nomu had to charge in front of him like he was his big bro and protect him. The way All Might's presence is so powerful that even Nomu, an artificial creature, sensed it and had to react to it, shows that there's levels to this goat shit. They both clashed fists and the blowback sent everyone flying. They get to brawling and even snuck in an order battle in there for fun. What's so smart about them having a full-on fist fight is that due to Nomu's shock absorption causing the huge blowbacks, he's able to keep Ghastly from jumping in and cheating, leaving All Might to flex for the gram real quick. All Might figures that since Nomu is only built to absorb attacks, then that means that there must be a limit. And this is when All Might practically started flexing. All Might said, if you were made to fight me at 100%, then allow me to go even beyond that. Shigaraki hears that and was like, that's not part of the script. Deku notices that All Might isn't just throwing wild punches like a gorilla, but each punch is precise and delivering more than 100% of his power. Which is crazy because it's like Deku has a scouter on and can read the percentage of each blow from One For All. Now Nomu can't speak or anything, but you can tell by its eyes that he's screaming for help and is like, what the hell did you get me into, Shigaraki? All Might plays Ring Around the Rosie and throws Nomu into the ground and says the line that we're all familiar with, go beyond plus ultra. And he sends Nomu flying with the meanest gut punch in anime history. I didn't realize how nasty this gut punch was until now. All Might punched this man so hard that his insides exploded and the impact sounded like an explosion. That's next level brutality. Nomu gets knocked out of the building and sent flying into space like Team Rocket. Then All Might flexes one more time to let the fans know that he deserves a spin-off show. All Might says that in his prime, that 5 punches would have been enough to defeat the Nomu. But it took more than 300 punches to get the job done.
Cinema!
Which goes to show you that we need to see a show about how All Might was moving in his prime, because it's been debated for years now on how strong he was in his prime, and it's about damn time we find out. This is still, in my personal opinion, the best fight My Hero has to offer, and it will never be topped. I mean, anime wise, it's the best. Like, the fight just gives that superhero feeling that none of the others can match. Like, yeah, they all have elements and stuff, but just something about All Might just makes it even more superior. It's like being a kid and watching superhero cartoons on a Saturday morning. But that's just my opinion, and I'm an All Might fanboy, so hey, it is what it is. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit like and subscribe, and be on the lookout for my next video where I talk about the biggest fraud in Dragon Ball Z history.